All right, so welcome everyone. This is our cardio and core class. Get ready to burn some calories today. So welcome Carmen, Teresa, Ms. Wynn, Neelam, Debbie, Shirame, and Ms. Dao. So let's go ahead and begin. Okay, so let's start with the warm up. Today we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we have 6 supersets, 2 rounds each one. Okay, so left to right, just looking left to right. Let me start my fitness tracker. See how many calories we burned today. Hopefully everyone had a good weekend. With Thursday off, kind of seemed like a long weekend, but we still met Friday and Saturday. Thursday went to the zoo. Friday we went to Knott's Berry Farm, up and down. Saturday night, we actually went to the casino just to have dinner. Um, so we went. They had all you can eat crab legs. So my wife and I went to that. Then yesterday was just nice and relaxing. Nothing too wild. Just here at home. Morning, Sarah. So yeah, back to the swing of things. This is the start of our next circles. Start of week 5. But I believe this week we switch. We don't have any interruptions, so we should be sailing smoothly um, Monday through Saturday. Let's go ahead and do our snow angels. There might be some Saturdays where we may have to meet at like 9:15, and that's due to um, usually we practice on Saturdays too, and it's usually in Irvine or kind of far from Long Beach. So I have to drive back from practice and rush here. So but yeah, but I'll let you guys know. The first one won't be maybe for like another 2 more weeks. This week, next weekend, with 4th of July, we won't be meeting. Reach up towards the ceiling. Next weekend, we won't be meeting Friday or Saturday. So lean to the right. Lean to the left. Let's go ahead and do our trunk rotation. Half circles. I reorganized my garage a little bit today. Kind of, well, not today, over the weekend, but looks like there's more room for activities, less clutter. Right, big hula hoops. I don't think I've mentioned it. It's been a while, but if you folks ever need a photo booth for an event or a party, my wife does have a business. So, and I'm just looking at the stuff we have right here. It's right next to the laptop. But yeah, we'll do that stuff for like parties, company parties, celebrations. If you ever need a photo booth for a function, let me know. Okay, hula hoops. Switch. hip openers. We'll do about 5 on each leg and hamstring stretch. And then we'll start with the workout. Switch. We had our first day of cross-country practice this morning. So they started a little bit earlier than usual. And then our hamstring stretch. So slide your hands down your legs, grab your ankles, drop your glutes to your heels, and then just stretch. Two more. All right. Very good. Here we go. So as far as equipment for today, yoga mat, your body. If you have a light dumbbell, you could go ahead and grab that and just have some water nearby. Um, Fortunately, it's not super warm right now, so we should be okay. But yeah, first set, we're gonna do one round, just more of like a warm-up round. Okay, and this is gonna be high knees. So marching high knees. We're gonna do side step jacks. Okay, and then we're gonna do one of our standing ab crunches for that. Okay, so that's gonna be our first set, and then the next 5 sets after that is gonna be 2 rounds. So yeah, so grab your water, get ready, give you a minute. Any questions before we start? Okay, so just remember now we are up to 45 seconds, okay? So we started the summer with 30 seconds and 35 and 40, then 45. I believe this week and next week we'll stay at 45 both weeks, okay? And then we'll increase to 50. Eventually, by the last week or so, we'll should be close to a minute, okay? So now we're going 45 seconds, so just get ready. Get my clock going. All right, and if we're ready, let's go ahead and begin in 3, 2, 1, go. So just high knees, high knee marches. 45 seconds, okay? We're gonna go with 50, well, we'll go with 20 seconds rest. I think anything less than 20 seconds, we're kind of just asking to have our heart rate through the roof. So, which we want, but not too long. 3, 2, 1, time. 20 seconds. Okay. Okay, and then we're gonna go with our side step jacks. Remember, that's gonna be right here, okay? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So just right here. I'm probably gonna skip any of the bouncing motion, anything that's on our toes that we're jumping. I'm probably going to skip due to the bad tendonitis I've gotten recently. My calf. Again, just here. Three, two, one, time. Okay. Side step jacks. And then we're gonna do our elbow to hip crunch. Okay. We'll start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Elbow to knee. So the right elbow to the right knee. 15 more seconds. Let's keep going. If this seems a little bit longer than usual, that's because it is. 3, 2, 1, time. Drunk. All right, we're gonna do our left side. Start in 15 seconds. Again, 45 seconds on that left side. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Stay actively moving. We have 20 more seconds. Really turn that torso. Shouldn't have pain. 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time. Whew. All right. There's our first round. Okay, we'll start our second round in about 90 seconds. Our second round is going to be hammies to glutes. So this one we do have 2 rounds. So hammies to glutes. Going to be working on the glutes and the hamstrings. Side pulses. Side pulses are right here, alternating. And then we're going to go with the high plank. Okay, so the high plank is just going to be here on your hands. If you want to challenge yourself, you could do an opposite shoulder tap. Okay, so we have 2 rounds of that, 45 seconds each round. Okay, we have about 45 seconds left of rest. Everyone's okay so far? So hammies to glutes, just right here. Okay, start in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. It's right here. Heels to opposite glute. And you could just say, do a little bit of movement, or you could exaggerate it more. That's going to work out your hips a little bit more doing that. 20 more seconds. Ten more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time. All right, 20 seconds rest. You have side pulses, so if you want, you can have a light dumbbell for this one. I'll probably have it on my second set. I'll use my 5-pounder. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So remember, we're right here. Side pulse. Just alternate, slightly going out. It's constantly movement. 15 more seconds. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, time. All right. Grab your yoga mat if you want for your hands. So this is a high plank. So just on your toes and on your hands. And if you want to challenge yourself, you could tap your opposite shoulder. Okay? If you're ready, 3, 2, 1, go. Just right here. And if you're feeling good, you could just tap, tap. You get tired, just hold it. Fifteen seconds to go. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Okay. So 1 minute rest. 1 minute rest. Good stuff. How are we doing? Okay. Hammies to glutes again here, but now we're going to incorporate our arms as well. Okay. All right. 20 more seconds. Go with round 2. People good? It's been awfully quiet lately. 3, 2, 1, go. So heel to opposite glute, and then once you have that motion down, keep it going. 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time. All right, side pose. Okay, the next set that we do will probably be a little bit more taxing on you, so just be ready for that. Side pose. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So remember, slight lunge. Bring those arms up. And some shoulder range of motion. 3, 2, 1, time. All right, back to our high plank. We'll start in 10 seconds. Remember, you can do the shoulder tap if you like. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And if your hands get heavy or tiresome, you could rest on your elbows too. Tap the shoulders. You have 15 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time. All right, 90 seconds rest. Do we need more time than 90 seconds, or is 90 seconds okay?
I
We're
think
good
I
with
need
Sorry,
I
Dave,
need
what was that?
I need a minute.
1 minute, so less or more?
No, it's still left.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, so we could, yeah, we'll do a little bit more. So we'll do 2 minutes. So next one, it's just gonna be two exercises, but they are a little bit more intense. Usually we have this one later into the workout. Mountain climbers and sit-ups or a variation of sit-ups, okay? So mountain climbers, we're gonna be on our hands and then just bringing our knees up. And then sit-ups, we'll be on the yoga mat. We'll do sliding sit-ups, and then we could do the second one could be bicycle crunches. Okay, so we're pedaling with those. That's actually gonna work on our hip flexors too. So, all right, we have about 40 seconds left. And this one should burn some calories for sure. All right, let's go with our mountain climbers. We're ready. 45 seconds. So go at your own pace. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. 45 seconds. Just bring the knees straight to your chest. You get tired, take a little break, a little breather, and then start back up again. 15 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time. All right. Get your yoga mat ready. We're gonna do our sit-ups, sliding sit-ups. So just get on the sit-up position and just sliding our hands towards our knees. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Slide your hands. So the hands are on your lap. Just slide them towards your knees. Got 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, time. All right, 45 seconds rest. And we go back to our mountain climbers. Something went into my eye. Okay, 22 seconds. Ah, ready? Mountain climbers. 3, 2, 1, go. 45 seconds again. Keep moving. Fifteen more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. All right, sliding sit-ups. So let's go with their bicycle crunches. Okay, so just bring your elbow to your opposite knee and keep pedaling. If that's too much, just go back to the sliding sit-ups. 3, 2, 1, go. Uh, 15 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. All right. All right, 2-minute break, and we'll regroup. Quick little bathroom break, if you can. All right, 2 minutes. All right, here we go. All right, so our next set, we have pop squats, reverse lunge kick, and flutter kicks. Okay, so pop squats working on our glutes, our legs, our cardio. Reverse lunge kick working on our balance and also some hip mobility. So a lot of hip and legs on this one, and then flutter kicks, also hip. So your hips might get a little fatigued after this round, okay? So just expect it. So pop squats, we go here, back in, okay? 45 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go. If the hopping is too much, which it is for me right now, I'm just gonna do air squats, okay? But if you're feeling good, do the pop squats. I'm just doing these right now because anything that's hopping from on my lower leg, on my right leg, really irritates it. So I just don't want to limp the rest of the morning. 15 more seconds, or the rest of the day, to be honest. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time. All right, reverse lunge kick. We're gonna work on the right leg, 20 seconds rest. So again, that's gonna be a reverse lunge and a kick. Okay, so just right leg only. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go, so reverse lunge, kick. Again, if this is too much, you could always just do a reverse lunge, okay? But if your balance is there, your energy level is there, let's go with the reverse lunge kick. 15 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time. All right. Flutter kicks are next. So flutter kicks, we are on the floor, laying back. And for this one, I just want you to be on your back. You could hold your heels off the ground or tuck in the knees if they get heavy, but I want you to go up and down with the heels, okay? 3, 2, 1, go. 25 seconds. 35. 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time. Woo. All right, 1 minute rest. So again, we got that round again, pop squats. Let's see. Oh, then our other leg. So left leg for reverse lunge kick, and then a variation of core. And about 30 seconds to go. And we'll start again with the pop squats. Week 5, 12 seconds. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1, go. I think if I control it and pay attention to my jumping a little bit more, I can do these, but there's some motions that irritate it. 20 more seconds. And I think 20 seconds is all my right calf could take right now. 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time. Reverse lunge kick. So now the left leg is a reverse lunge and a kick. All right. People good? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Heart breaks. There's a little broken heart, I think, in there. All right. Okay, swing with the thumbs up. Ready? Okay, go. Kick. Reverse lunge. Kick. not really a kick, it's more of like a leg swing. I think the leg swing is more appropriate for hip motion. You got 25 seconds to go. So pace yourself. Mm. 12 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, my quads. My quads are heavy. All right.
I have question about that exercise. Does it make any difference if you do right, left, instead of right only, then left after?
Yeah, you could do that. Yeah, the only difference is when you do one leg at a time, it will fatigue that leg quicker because that's all you're doing. But yeah, but if you could go back and forth, honestly, I think I prefer that. But sometimes I think we just kind of just to make sure we get that one leg consistently. Let's go with the Russian twist. So elbows towards our back. 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, this one, but yeah, good question. Yeah, if you could alternate, I think I prefer doing that too. I think I'm gonna actually do that next week because I felt like my leg just became really tired. And if you can, elevate your heels. Twelve more seconds. So elbows behind your back, heels are elevated. And time. Woo. 2 minutes rest. 2 minutes rest. Okay. What do you have next? Okay. Okay, so this next one is gonna be jumping jacks, inchworms, and rush. Oh no, we did Russian twist and side planks, okay? So jumping jacks, which is gonna be right here. Jumping jacks. I'm probably gonna do the side step jacks again because my leg just feels funky. And then inchworms are gonna be crawling out into a hand plank, and then back here, and then that's an inchworm. And our side plank is just gonna be, on our side, being elevated off the hip, just using the elbow, the knee, or elbow, and the feet. Okay, so we still have about 45 seconds left. But yeah, jumping jacks. So if you feel good, give me jumping jacks. We do have power jacks later, so just keep that in mind. And then inchworms, if you want to do it more like a burpee, if you're a little bit more advanced, you could do a burpee. So a burpee would be here, plank, and jump. Okay, that would be a burpee. You could do that too. Tell you now, that's you're gonna really be breathing a lot if you do burpees. But yeah, that's the goal too for this class for feeling well. All right, ready? Jumping jacks. Okay, go. I'm doing the side step jacks, so remember, if you feel good, give me jumping jacks. I'm just doing a modified version because my leg. You have 2 more seconds. Three, 2, 1, time. Oof. Okay, inchworms next. So annoying when something so small and unexpected just kind of takes you off. It happens all the time when you roll an ankle too. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Just hit 200 calories burned. So inchworms up. Let's keep moving. Twenty more seconds. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Ooh, if you're on the floor, just stay there because we have our side planks. 204 calories. So remember our side plank, we're just here on our elbow and on our ankle. How many calories, Carmen? 3, 2, 1, and up. Twenty more seconds. And just on your elbow and your ankles. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Okay. Since we're already on the floor, let's just do our other side. Okay, so you don't waste too much energy going up and down.
Just
Start it.
145, 46.
We're getting there. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Up. Yeah. So now we're doing our other hip or our other side. The plank. For 2 more seconds. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. All right. Very good. Oof. Oh, why am I thinking that we're done? We have our second set of jumping jacks. Oh. All right, 5 more seconds. We start our jumping jacks. And then our inchworms. 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, that feels. Feel it. Yeah, just you can't do jumping jacks because your ankle hurts or just hopping bothers it, then side step jacks. It's a good alternative. Fifteen more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Inchworms. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. constant movement. Fifteen more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Oh. All right. Remember, listen to your body. If you're feeling a little bit tired and fatigued, just listen to your body right now. Okay. All right. I believe we have. What do we have? Oh, sweet. So we have 2 more rounds, and these 2 I actually just happen to have them. We're only doing 1 round of each. Okay, so we're close to being done, actually. Okay. Should we do the easier one first or the harder one first to finish off with the easy one?
Hard one.
Okay. All right, so power jacks. First one, so power jacks. And we already did the hardest one. I think the mountain climber or the inchworm was the hardest. Then we have hip dip, so plank with the hip dip, and then Superman. So this is actually not too bad. All right, so we'll start in 13 seconds. So power jacks for this one. So again, just this one's not as explosive, so I could do those, even though I don't want to. 3, 2, 1, go. So again, it's like a squat and a jumping jack. And of course, you know, my hip starts hurting a little bit more now, and my calf is feeling better. So weird. Twenty more seconds. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. It felt funky. Hip dips. So we're on a hand plank or elbow plank, and we're gonna roll our hips side to side. Okay? All right. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Fifteen seconds. Just keep rolling your hips. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Superman's. So belly down, just fall to the floor. Remember, this one's chest off the ground, knees off the ground. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up. Good job, folks. Monday's always hit or miss. Like you're either really fresh because, you know, maybe the weekend was relaxing, or Monday's rough because your body's really tight and hasn't been active either. So it's hit or miss sometimes with Mondays. 10 more seconds. Keep that chest up. 3, 2, 1. Time. Woo. Stay on the floor. just hang out. I'll check what the next one is, just in case we start from the floor. You don't have to move very far. Okay. All right. And none of these are on the floor, so you could get up. So these are all standing. All right. Okay. So we have our high knee progression. So that's where we're marching, 15 seconds, then skipping, 15 seconds, and then running, okay? That one I have to skip completely because I think that might have been, I did too much of that for about an hour, and I think that's what messed me up. Okay, so high knee progression. Then we have our butt kickers. So just our heels to our glutes. And then we're just running in place. And then standing crossways pincher. So this one's right elbow to my left knee. And we're alternating. And it's just one round of that, okay? And we're done. Okay, so high knee progression. Ready, okay, go. So just march. We're marching for 15 seconds. I can do the marching, it's the skipping and the, I'm telling you, the 12-year-old messed me up. All right, so high knee, and then let's skip. So just skip right here. Just skip, do that motion. You folks got it. All right, and then high knee running in place and begin. So that should be a little bit quicker. Okay, keep it going. 10 more seconds. Good job, folks. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. All right, we have butt kickers next. So butt kickers is just really running in place. Just right here, okay? Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Have my hands here. And if that gets too tiresome, then just run in place. Try to lift your heels as high as you can. If you're feeling good again, do the butt kickers. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, time. Woo. One more. All right. Woo. So elbow to opposite knee. 3, 2, 1, go. Elbow. Opposite knee. And if you can, if you're feeling good, try to make it more of like a shoulder to that opposite knee. Fifteen more seconds. Three, 2, 1, time. There you go. Oh, got it. Good job, folks. Got 282 calories.
208.
There you go. Good job. Anyone else have their calorie counter?
$224.
Nice. There you go, Debbie. Oof. My so I don't know if you folks have ever cooked burgers in an air fryer, but I recommend it.
That's the way I make them.
Yeah, it's I don't know why I dread barbecuing sometimes just because cleaning the grill takes forever, or you know, if you do it inside the house on a yeah, like a regular pan, it gets really smoky. And then yeah, I don't know why my wife did them yesterday. I think she's done them before, and it's nice. All the fat drips off, and then and there's no smoke anywhere, and it's just yeah, I'm almost nervous because I feel like I'm gonna start eating more burgers. How convenient it was. So uh, okay, let's go ahead and then just start gently. So slight trunk rotation. Yeah. And switch. Let's go. Our Arnold press motion, just kind of relax the shoulders a little bit. So yeah, I'm sure I mentioned it, but it takes about you got to burn about 3,600 calories to burn off a pound. And I know that sounds ridiculous and like a lot. Like you have to do, pretty much somewhere between 12 to 15 of these workouts. Um, But what you got to think about it's that to do that, that's usually extra. Good job. Let's go ahead and do a single arm shoulder press. These are activities that we typically don't do, especially in the summer. We meet twice a week, unless you're doing an intense workout most days out of the week. Um, then yeah, then you're probably on the upside of that curve. But for us, that if we're not working out like this consistently, and you're here for the 10 weeks, you're on average, I'd say we're probably burning somewhere close to 200 calories per session. Even on the stretching sessions, like on Saturdays, body tune-up, I think I still burn close to like 120 or 140. And on Thursdays, if you've been on the class on Thursday, heel on knee. Yeah, I think last time we got close to, I know I got close to 400. I know some folks got close to 300. So, yeah, we're meeting 6 days a week for 10 weeks. And let's say, what is that? I know we're probably missing a couple meets or meetups here and there. So let's say 50 and we meet 50 times and let's say 200 every time. So what is that 50 times 200? That's 10,000 calories. So yeah, so we're looking at like maybe 3 extra pounds that um we could lose this summer just from being in these classes. And that means like not changing the way you eat, not changing your other activities. Now, if you adjust how you eat a little bit cleaner, maybe less sugars, then yeah, you could see that number fall off a little bit more. But at minimum, you should be somewhere burning 3 to 5 pounds over the summer. Um, so yeah, but like I said, um, when folks ask me about weight loss and they want to go all in on workouts, I'm just like, there might be an easier way. You don't have to completely like feel like a superhero or like an American gladiator out there every workout. You could just adjust your sugars or like what you eat sometimes. That it's wild. It's almost unfair because we finish a workout like this and you feel super accomplished. Let's do our leg extensions. Super accomplished and proud and like you just achieved something great, which you did. I mean, joint wise and strength wise, this is great. But when it comes to weight loss, it's almost unfair that, just resisting a slice of pizza gives you almost the same caloric benefit as like a workout like this. Uh, so it's like, you know, 2 slices of pizza instead of 3, or let's meet with coach and do an hour-long workout. So I'd rather just skip on the slice and meet with this guy. So, but yeah, but hopefully that all of that makes sense. So maybe putting things into perspective. Whew. Alrighty, how's everyone doing?
I'm tired. It was a great workout. Very good.
Yeah, and I think this cardio and core works good for a Monday because it's keeps us moving and started, but it isn't as crazy as like not that Thursday's crazy, but Thursday's a little bit more taxing. But Thursday we're already on the full swing of things. So tomorrow should be a little bit easier because we're just lifting tomorrow. So we're not
Easier?
should be easier. Yeah, because I think things are harder when your heart rate is just going through the roof and like you're trying to like catch your breath. But when you're pacing yourself, it should be a little bit easier. But just remember, if your weights start becoming a little bit lighter or you're just getting stronger, then yeah, just look for a little bit heavier equipment. Go on a walk on a yard sale. You might get lucky and find something. So I know my friend, he installs shower doors, and he went to a house to install shower doors, and I think the person he was working at for their flower bed to protect the flowers, the lady had 25-pound plates just around. So instead of bricks, she had 25-pound plates. And each of those plates, if you go to the store, costs $25 or $20. So my friend was like, hey, can I take all of those and I'll go buy you some nice bricks right now? So he went to Lowe's, did her fence around her flower bed, and then he went home with like, probably like 200 pounds worth of weights. And he's a big guy. He lifts a lot, so he'll use that. But yeah, so you never know, So alrighty. Well, folks, I'll see you tomorrow. Make sure you
Tomorrow.
yeah,
Thank
weather's supposed to
you.
be I think weather's supposed to be nice until Thursday. I think Thursday starts getting warm again. So hopefully not. But yeah.
That's okay.
All right,
With-
folks. Have a good
Thank
happy
you.
Monday.
Thank you.
Tomorrow.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye, ladies. Bye, folks.